From the National Weather Service in Raleigh, it's Nick Petro with your dangerous cold and potential winter system webinar here on this Sunday, the 19th of January. This webinar is 4 p.m. and we have some interesting cold and maybe a bit of snow to talk about with this webinar. So let me go ahead to the other screen, and a couple things I want to point out. That as I zoom out here, you could see temperatures right now across central North Carolina are in the 50s, out towards the Triad in the 40s. But once you go west of the mountain, look at these mountains, look at these readings. Single digits, teens, 20s. I mean, that is a massively cold air mass. And you could see that there is a boundary between the cold air to our west and the warm air to our east. And this is known as a cold front. Okay. And that's what is providing the scattered shower and light rain activity over us now. You could see there's a few light rain showers moving through the area on this radar imagery. So anyway, let me remove the cloud imagery, and then it'll be a little easier. Yeah, there's some light rain echoes and some showers moving through, and that's typical of a cold front. Anyway, as I overlay sort of the upper level pattern, we can see basically a big trough, and the trough axis kind of extends down here, but the flow around this trough is like so. So all this cold will be headed our way. And these readings, like I said, this is one of the coldest air masses of the season, if not the coldest. Okay. So that's the big deal. Okay. This is probably the biggest weather story of the week. Okay. Not so much the light snow potential, but this cold. So, if it was just a snow concern, I wouldn't be doing this webinar because there really isn't much of a snow concern anymore. But the main concern at this point is really the cold. All right. So let's go back to the slides and let's get through. Let's go to our key points. So number one, an extended period of bitterly cold weather is expected through Thursday morning. Daytime highs starting Monday will struggle to reach the lower 30s. Early morning low temps the next 3 days will range from the upper single digits in the normally colder spots to the low to mid-teens elsewhere. So this is some real bitterly cold air. Okay, the second bullet point, low pressure is expected to track from the Gulf of Mexico into the Western Atlantic Tuesday into Wednesday, and as a result, a light coating of snow is possible, maybe a dusting to less than 1 inch of snow across portions of central North Carolina. Maybe the best chance for that light coating will be along and east of the US 1 corridor, starting late Tuesday, more like Tuesday night through early morning. And over the past couple days, the models have definitely trended down with these amounts. If you'd have been looking at the models 2-3 days ago, it looked like a much, much, much more substantial snow potential. But now that potential has really, really ratcheted down. There's a bunch of models that show nothing, no snow whatsoever. So our prediction for a light coating, a dusting of snow is probably more on the aggressive side because there's a lot of models that show nothing. So anyway, even though a dusting of snow doesn't meet winter weather advisory criteria, in other words, we may not have any advisories out, obviously no warnings, keep in mind that even a light dusting of snow can result in localized slick spots on roads and especially bridges. Ask our friends out in the Triad. There was a dusting of snow event back around Christmas, about a month or so ago. And there were all kinds of accidents, and it wasn't even a half inch of snow practically. So again, any dusting can cause problems, especially on bridges. Now, keep in mind, we still have a couple more weeks of winter left, and we are keeping our eyes on a potential for maybe a quick hitting late week weather system that might bring a very brief round of wintry precip to portions of our area. So more on this will be presented in the coming days. So we may have escaped the worst for the Tuesday night into Wednesday, but it's possible there might be another system for late week, like maybe Friday, that could bring a little bit more in the way of measurable wintry weather. Okay, so the models are trending down on one and trending up on another. So anyway, stay tuned. No matter how you slice this event, it's going to be cold, and that's the main weather story. Very cold daytime readings, again, upper 20s to lower 30s for highs. Nighttime readings in the upper single digits to low to mid teens, and that'll be Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, and even Thursday morning. So, gosh, it's just day after day of bitterly cold. Okay. And then again, I should say dusting, a dusting to less than 1 inch of snow. Let me fix that. Well, sorry about that. I was going to say, let me fix that right now because otherwise that's going to bug me until I get that fixed. But you know what? A dusting. Let's change that. I apologize for, but that's live briefing right there. We go. That looks better, right? A dusting to less than 1 inch of snow. And again, that's mainly east of US 1, Tuesday evening through early Wednesday. All right. Okay. So here are the readings. And by the way, I have already emailed these slides out. So if you're on our email list, you've got these in your inbox. If you're not on our email list, I'll tell you how to get to it real easy if you're not on our email list. Okay. If it's weather you love, it's weather.gov. Go to weather.gov, add Raleigh to the end of that, weather.gov/Raleigh. Okay. And then scroll down and click on this tile right here, weather hazard briefing. If you click on that, boom, there it is. There's the slides that I'm using right now. Okay, it's already up on the web. So if you're not on our email list, and I'm saying this because a lot of folks who watch our YouTube recording of this after the fact aren't on our email list, obviously. So you might want a copy of the slides, and that's how you get it. Weather.gov/Raleigh, scroll down, click on this weather hazard briefing link, and there they are for you to enjoy. All right. So what else? So there's our readings. Highs on Mondays, 20s and 30s. Highs on Tuesday, 20s and 30s. Highs on Wednesday, 20s. I mean, Raleigh may not even get out of the 20s for highs on Wednesday. I mean, this is I think of this as particularly unusually cold because normally it takes a snowpack on the ground to create readings like this. And look at those lows: Monday night, teens; lows Tuesday night, teens; lows Wednesday night, teens. And then if you factor in the minimum wind chill readings, single digits to low teens, single digits Tuesday morning, single digits Wednesday morning. So anyway, just get ready for the cold. All right. All right. So how much snow? As I mentioned, a dusting maybe to, under an inch across central North Carolina. There's still the potential for an inch or two of snow as you get closer to the coast. Okay. So this is a coastal storm. I even hate to call it a storm. It's a wave of low pressure. I wouldn't even call it a storm. I just call it a sort of a quick hitting little wave of low pressure along an old boundary. It's going to spread a little bit of snow across central and eastern North Carolina, an inch or two of snow. Okay, now if you're familiar with our probabilistic snow, the probability, so we try to, what if the worst case happens? Here's your probabilities of exceeding various amounts, right? So a trace of snow, here's your probabilities of exceeding that. And notice what is your chance of 1 inch or more of snowfall? We're talking 18% in the triad versus say 29%. It's along I-95. Okay, so what about 2 inches of snow? I mean, we're talking 4% chance in a triad to as much as 34% chance in Goldsboro, and then 4 inches or more of snow is really really low probability. Okay. But we put them in here just to kind of give you that sense that this is the odds of getting snow amounts that you have to shovel is pretty low. Okay, so there might the snow amounts we're gonna get is probably enough that you could just sweep away with a broom. It ain't gonna be much. Okay, so anyway, and that again is Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. All right, so key messages again: bitterly cold. The second point is this little dusting of snow. And then the third point is keeping our eyes on the potential for maybe another late week system More on this will be presented in the coming days. We really, it's Tuesday night into Wednesday system is still, we're still seeing a lot of trends in the models. So needless to say, confidence is even lower for Friday system, but we'll have more on that in the coming days. Okay. So anyway, we'll do these slides will be emailed by noon tomorrow, and then we're going to go ahead and do another live webinar tomorrow at Monday at 11:30. This is when we typically do webinars. Our routine webinars are Monday. Ordinarily, due to a federal holiday tomorrow, Martin Luther King Day tomorrow, we would ordinarily postpone this till Tuesday. But since there is a impactful weather, namely the cold, we're going to go ahead and do our Monday webinar at 11:30. But we're also going to do one on Tuesday as well, just to keep folks informed. Okay, and then maybe by the Tuesday webinar we'll have more info regarding Friday's system. Okay.